Hotel might have a bar, a resort, a spa, but if you want it all, dining, gaming, pools, and more, it takes a village. It takes a Borgata. Visit theborgata.com to learn more. Must be 21 plus. Get the problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Do all your grocery shopping right from your own dugout. Go to shop.foodbazaar.com. Use promo code fans get 10 and $50 off your first order of $50. Plus, your first delivery is free. That's shop.foodbazaar.com. From the Erie Canal Press, the most coveted ticket, New York Lottery $1 million raffle has arrived. 15 fortunate souls shall come into the fortune of a millionaire. Translation, the $1 million raffle is here, and 15 winners are going to become millionaires. The New York Lottery commemorates 200 years of the Erie Canal with their back odds of winning $1 million. Limited tickets available after the local retailer today. Please play with fun. Question 18. Call 1-877-866 or text COLT and watch. Hey, Yankee fans. Come to Yankee Stadium on Thursday, August 21st. The Yankees host the Boston Red Sox. Well, really, especially Yankee Stadium's in the weather. It's time to all time. The birthday 3,000 guests. You feel essential. George DeSantis. Maybe under intent. But it is all right. We're thinking about on the Yankee background back to the day. It's time to all time. Yeah. Hey, y'all better get y'all bobbleheads, man. Y'all better just go to the stadium and get your bobbleheads, man. Straight up. Oh my goodness gracious. We're all cooked, bro. We are cooked, bro. Just go to the stadium with your friends. Go to the stadium with your friends and get you a bobblehead and keep it at that, yo. Yeah. Yo, what happened with the Mets, yo? Oh man. Restoration construction like never happened. Memorial Slow Generate Cancer Center. Fearless Spoilers. Visit fearlessboilers.com. Where you London Nature. Let me turn the AC up in here, yo. I don't know what to tell y'all, man. You already know. Bam, 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 bam. All right, here we go. Here
freshly back from Yankee Stadium. I know some of y'all left 2-3 hours ago. Keith McPherson on the fan. Sweep them so I know that it's real. Nope, can't complete the sweep. So what? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Like Carl Anthony Towns said, don't worry about it. Yankees already took the series. No biggie. You know, I'm going to try not to go negative Keithy tonight. But I just feel like New York baseball has become cruel and unusual punishment. After the euphoria, the elation, the fun, happy times we had last night, and I wasn't on last night after the game, right? Some people thought last night, Tuesday night, club going up, they thought that was going to be Fire Aaron Boone night. No, it wasn't. There was no Fire Aaron Boone night. But I didn't get to take the mic after the game last night because I tried to go to sleep. And then I did the morning show with Big Mac. Shout out to you if you actually heard the morning show and are still up right now. And honestly, going into that, I'm like, perfect. The Mets win, the Yankees win, and they don't do that. not at the same time. And it was positive energy. But I had this weird feeling today it wasn't going to last for long. But, you still kind of want to, hey, go out there, sweep the Minnesota nice guy Twins. And when I'm going to talk about both teams, and I see the calls coming in, and I don't have a lot of time tonight, so we're going to get right to the phones after I get this little spiel out of the way. Rain delay. And even today I was talking about weather permitting. 2-hour rain delays. If you're a Yankee fan, you showed up. If you're looking at the live stream, you showed up to get yourself an MVP. You hear that bobble? MVP Aaron Judge bobblehead. And some of you showed up so early that you spent a lot of time at the stadium today. Hopefully you got a bobblehead, but there was only 18,000 of them. There was only 18,000 of them. And there was like 44,000 fans. So I know some people were upset. I know some kids were like, I hate you, Mom. But, going into this game tonight against the Minnesota Twins, I was looking for a sweep, but I knew Joe Ryan was on the mound. It's a test, right? In your building, Joe Ryan, an ace, a pitcher that we thought might have been moved at the trade deadline. I would like to know what type of offers Minnesota got where they said no, because that guy is real. Had a little help from the umpire, but all in all, that was a test tonight to see if this Yankees offense had the killer instinct, to see if this Yankees team could go out there and complete the sweep and get it done. And you know what? Cody Bellinger hits that belly bomb, and you're like, yeah, I know I was like, all right, Cody Bellinger gets us going again, but then that was it. That was it, folks. They wouldn't be able to, scratch another run across. And young Cam Schlittler making his sixth start. I'm not mad at young Cam Schlittler. You got to be able to hit more than 5 hits and 1 run, and you got to be able to capitalize. But all in all, the toughest part about tonight for the Yankee fan is looking at the out-of-town scoreboard, as many of us were, and looking at the scores and saying to ourselves, hey, the Red Sox lost. Hey, the Blue Jays lost. Hey, let's gain some ground. Let's sweep these guys, gain some ground. The Guardians lost. Nope. Couldn't get it done. Another measly homer or nothing feast or famine. And even when they do Bronx Bomb 1, it's famine. It's not good enough against elite pitching, and that's what you're going to face in the postseason. But I know there's a lot of people glass half full, and you stay glass half full. Stay optimistic. I told you Friday I was off the ride. They broke me Friday, and I realized I'm detached. I'm off the ride. I'm off the train, whatever you want to call it. I'm just pulling up to get my bobbleheads. I'm pulling up for the vibes. I'm pulling up to get a George Costanza bobblehead. Next week when the Red Sox smoke us, I'm not even going to trip. I'm not even going to trip because these guys don't have the killer instinct in them. After a 2-hour rain delay, I think they kicked their feet up a little bit. And watching that game, the way it started, that first inning, it was like quick 3 outs, and it was all Ben Rice and Cam Schlittler making the plays. And I'm like, oh, Minnesota wants to get up out of here. The Twins want to go. They don't want to be here any longer. They play tomorrow. but then they did fight. And, they scratched and clawed, and they obviously, matched it in the 4th inning. But then in that 6th inning, we're able to get 3 runs across. And that's tough. The Yankees lose, and you go to the bullpen, and you go to Yuri De Los Santos, who has been good, but he's your first guy out of the pen tonight. And some bad luck comes his way, and the Yankees aren't able to respond. Byron Buxton, a pro's pro, guy that wants to be in Minnesota. A single from him, a single from Luke Keyshaw, Cody Clemens double, and it's just like, hey, that's going to be, that's tough. That's going to be enough for, them to get out of there. Royce Lewis double, 4-1, and the bats go quiet. I feel like these guys have at bats feeling sorry for themselves. I feel like Jazz, a couple pitches don't go his way. He's just sitting there looking for, ball 3, ball 4. Austin Wells is the new whipping boy. He's been dumpster juice. He's been kind of shielded. We're celebrating Ben Rice getting opportunities to catch, and everybody wanted to come down on Volpe. Take a look at Austin Wells' numbers. And, in there we were freaking out about Austin Wells not being pinch hit for in the 7th inning after Volpe did double, after Volpe did get to third base. And then we all kind of knew, talking in there. And then we just heard in the post game, yesterday when Goldie was in foul territory and he overran that pop-up and he made the play, but his leg kind of went out from under him. Yeah, but oldie but Goldie, he's up there in age. He's feeling that one with the knee. So we'll talk about that tonight, Yankee fans. Who's coming up? I'm already banging the table for Spencer Jones. Put Belly at first base. Put Spencer Jones in the outfield. That's probably not going to happen. Stanton out in the outfield. Judge supposed to come back in the outfield. Who knows exactly what they're going to do, but whatever. You got to keep plugging away. They won the series. You can look at it like, if the season ended today, they're the last wild card, but that's not good enough. That's where we're at, man. This is a team that went to the World Series last year, and it's not good enough. And, speaking of not good enough, don't want to bury the lead here, but I know where, this is going to go, and I already am looking at the phones, and this is what the calls are going to be about. What in the actual F are they doing with the Mets pitching? All right, let's go back, actually, because I'm in the game. Because, I'm at Yankee Stadium, and I'm monitoring the Mets game. And, 2-hour delay. They canceled Pete Alonso's ceremony. I don't know if you guys heard Mad Dog cooking the Mets for that. I didn't have that take. You might have heard my take on, the call this morning and honoring Pete Alonso. Let them celebrate something. Let the Met fan celebrate something. Phillies get smoked by the Reds. All right. And so this game starts, and it's Carlos Cookie Carrasco's return to Citi Field. What a pal. Just like the Twins were the Yankees' pals. Cookie Carrasco, what a pal. What a guy. He gives it up right away. And I'm thinking, the Mets pick up right where they left off. They still got some. I did a live in Yankee Stadium during the rain delay where someone asked who homers for the Mets. I said Soto's going to get one today. Soto didn't get one yesterday. Soto's definitely going to homer today. And the Mets come out first inning, they put up 3. Second inning, they put up 3. And Juan Soto, it's not a solo shot. And you're like, okay. Here we go, man. Like, we're about to win the series. We're about to beat the Braves. We're about to come on. We got David Peterson on the mound, our ace. And just something weird goes on when they get to those middle innings, the 4th, 5th inning. David Peterson is the guy that gives you length. David Peterson is the guy that you feel most confident in when he's on the mound. And he just got into some trouble, man. He just got into some trouble that he could not get out of in that 4th inning. And the Braves, they're pesky like that. You can't give them an inch. You gave them an inch, they took 9 miles. And so we're in the ballpark, Yankee Stadium, looking at the out-of-town scoreboard, obviously looking at, the Red Sox and the Blue Jays, but also keeping an eye on the Mets. And the Mets go up 6-0 early, and they don't score another run. And in that 4th inning, you can't give them walks, single, walk, walk, and it's just you smell trouble. And I can't imagine the Met fan that had been at the ballpark for as long as the Met fan was at the ballpark today. Hopefully you claim your voucher. The Mets better send 2 tickets to the emails tomorrow. Met fans should get a free ticket to April 2026 and May 2026, and they should be giveaway days. Because the Mets just gave away this game in 1 inning, a 9-run 4th inning. Profar doubles, another walk, and they got to take David Peterson out. And I don't know sometimes what Mendy is thinking, what he's doing, whatever, but you got to go. And it's just like, damn, the Mets have a stretch of like 16 games they got to play, and they cannot rely on their starters. Their starting rotation is non-existent. They don't have one. They don't have one, David Stearns. Help. Help. Send help. And I know today we got the news, right, that they're going to actually go to the young guy. We actually are going to see a debut of Nolan McLean. But you know what? Like, there's a ton of pressure on this guy now. You know what? It does provide a spark. It does add some buzz, some young energy. But, like, this guy's got to face the Mariners and their lineup. And the Mariners are on a tear right now. I don't know, man. What do you expect that kid to do? But, yeah, there's some type of weird energy with the Mets and their entire team. Because to not fight back and score, you get to those middle innings, the 4th and 5th innings, and it's like everybody knows it. The Met fan knows it. The Boo Birds were out tonight. But the starting pitching lets you down, and then the bullpen lets you down. It's supposed to be a super pen, but I feel for Mendy. It's like, where do you go when you're only getting 3 innings? It went from getting 5, 4. Now you're only getting 3 innings and into the 4th inning from your starters. Way too many walks. 5 walks for Peterson. 6 earned runs end up giving up. Reed Garrett comes in, only gets 2 outs. It's not much better for him. And it's just like, what is going on? Michael Harris, a grand slam. We look up at the out-of-town scoreboard. It goes from 6-0 to 9-6. People are checking their phones, pulling up the highlights. Who, what, when, where, and how. What goes on? I told Steve Cohen, delete the Twitter app. It does you no good. It did you some good for a day, barely. That's embarrassing. That's tough. And what makes it even tougher is there's no response. There's no response from the offense. 3 runs shouldn't be insurmountable, but you just take the L. You get 1 win to end the losing streak, then you come back with such an embarrassing L. Winners make it happen. Losers let it happen. What happened to my make it happen Mets? I don't hate the Mets. These are my Mets, but I don't know what in the actual F is going on with the pitching combined with this lineup, the rotation, the whole team. When the going gets tough, they don't get going. They don't have any fight late in games. There used to be a Mets team that you could count on to rally, heroics, comeback kids, never say die. These guys pack it up in such a weird cosmic energy type of way. There is no fight back. There's, well, got us. That's all we got. It doesn't matter who they bring out of the bullpen for and the Braves are trash this year. That was a weird one. As I'm sitting in there, I'm sitting in there putting notes together. There's nothing I could say. There's nothing I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, what the? How do you let that happen? Things were going good. Place was rocking. Place was absolutely rocking. Mojo Hill wrote on Twitter, in the last 10 days, and you know, and I know if you're following these Mets games, the Mets blew a 2-0 lead, which became a 3-2 loss twice, right? The Brewers, a 4-3 lead became a 7-4 loss. A 5-0 lead became a 6-7 loss. A 5-1 lead became a 5-5. A 6-0 lead became a 9-6 deficit and then ultimately turns into an 11-6 loss, almost kind of flipping the score from yesterday. How? This is a high payroll team. How? This is Steve Cohen's money with David Stern's brains and smart. David Stern, you better have a plan. You better have a plan for this. Frankie Montas. I thought Paul Blackburn had another rehab start. He comes back today. He gives it up. It's insane. And like, if you're a Met fan, you got to be mad as hell. You got to be mad. You got to be mad because you're in a race right now for the division. You're also going to be fighting for your lives and it's not okay to just to be going through the most. You need these games. And a game that you go up 5-0, you should win. A game you go up 6-0, you should win. 888-808-1019. Moose is in Somerset County on the Fan. What's up, Moose?
I keep looking. I'm like, all right, 6-0. We're back. We're in business. That was short-lived. The league goes 9-6, 11-6 is the final score. Last year though, I couldn't turn the TV off because I knew no matter how down we were, no matter how badly we were losing, it wasn't over. We had a chance to come back. This year, I can't stop checking because I know no matter how much we're winning by, it could be worse and we could still lose. But I'm supposed to relax because if the season ended today, then we're in the playoffs. But on Saturday, we're talking free agency if it ends today.
No. And I'm with you, Moose. Good for you that you went to the movies and you didn't watch this straight on. But I know there's a lot of fans listening that went to the ballpark and they're like, yo, what is happening? Stop the bleeding. Is this real life? Thanks for the call, Moose. It is. That's why I say it's something high. It's some type of higher power. There's too many good players on the Mets. You have a manager that I said should have won the manager of the year last year. You have the president of baseball operations that's so highly regarded and the richest owner in the sport and all this stuff. What goes on that they just act in the middle, 4th or 5th inning, it goes to S and they cannot shake it. They are blowing games. This is supposed to be a super pen, right? You didn't go and get a starter. I know a couple weeks ago I had a take where I was like, they have to go get a starter. Even if it is a Mike Soroka, a Merrill Kelly, a Charlie Morton, or whoever, you got to go get another starter because your starting rotation is not a starting rotation. You have a bunch of openers. 888-808-1019. And then your high-price lineup, when you need those guys, they're grounding out, they're striking out, they're feeble, they're weak. It's like they got no heart, no fight. I'm talking about the Yankees not having a killer instinct. I feel like the Yankees, they kicked their feet up. Oh, rain delay, 2-hour rain delay, whatever. We already won the series. But with the Mets, there's something going on. Blowing these leads when the lineup does come through. There's something going on when the starters start to not be able to fill up the zone with strikes, walking guys, and it starts to get a little shaky on the base path. It's like, it's coming. We all know it's coming. And then it happens, and it's like, whoop, that's the game. No, there's plenty of outs to come back. There is no fight. There is no comeback. It's insane. I don't know how to describe it. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm literally in there trying to chart the game, watch the game, and I stopped watching the game because the Mets went up 6-0 in the first 2 innings. It's Carlos Carrasco on the mound. And I'm like, oh, they're rolling. The Mets are back. Not so fast. Sean is upstate in New York on the Fan next. What's up, Sean?
Keith, how we doing?
I'm all right. I just think we're getting punished in a weird way. New York baseball, all this hype of a Subway Series and Juan Soto goes from the Yankees to the Mets and look at the pivot and all of this talent and players at the what? What we watch on a weekly basis the last 2 months, it's torture.
I just want to offer a different perspective, and it drives home tonight.
Positive Shawnee. Positive Shawnee.
No. Well, not necessarily. Okay. I know you can relate to this, though. So I knew that Carlos Carrasco was on the mound, and where I know you can relate to this is with the parlays. So Lindor, Soto, Alonso, Nimmo. I had over under 1.5 on each of them. DraftKings offers hits, runs, RBIs. 1.5 on each of them. They deliver by the end of the second inning.
Yeah, they all got right away. Lindor, yeah, go on.
That cashes. And then I'm like, all right, well, what else do we watch? Well, we watched the Braves score 11 unanswered. And I guess my only thing is I've seen it from both sides where I'm like, well, I already cashed the bet. I knew those guys were going to hammer against Carrasco. But once they know, the reason for my call was you were talking about the energy. When the starting pitching gives up 11 unanswered runs, those same four guys, they're defeated by that. And I think that's where it lies, where they know we don't have the starting pitching, and then all of a sudden they can't battle back. I think there's something with that where they don't come back like they did last year, and I think, I'm not going to say they're quitters by any means. That's not fair, but human nature, they know that there is no starting pitching, and they did their job tonight, and then all of a sudden,
you got to piece it together with the bullpen, and it seems insurmountable. It seems like too much to overcome. Thanks for the call, Sean. What I'm saying, too, is like when you have to go to your bullpen like this, and I know that they revamped the bullpen, and I know some of these new additions have let you down. You know, the Mets are going through this stretch of playing the Braves, the Mariners. I think they have one off day, and then they have a stretch of just all of these games coming up to end the month. Like, you can kind of start to figure out, like, if you didn't start this stretch in August on the right foot, it's only going to get tougher, and nobody feels sorry for you. Like I said, the Mariners are coming to town, and they've got hitters. They roll. They have a starting rotation of guys that can go deep into games. 888-808-1019. I've got an hour left. Just taking calls from Mets fans. I'll get some Yankee fans. Zion, I see you. You'll be the first Yankee fan we take. It's no better for the Yankees. Oh, the Yankees won the series, but you got to sweep the Twins, your besties, your BFFs. But with Joe Ryan on the mound, we're reminded, like, oh, no, you guys are going quietly into the night. So 888-808-1019, 1 hour left. Let's hit the break and the update. Are we going straight to the update? I don't know how many. Okay, so, I got about another minute to play with here. Something else I'll say, like, the George Costanza bobblehead, the Aaron Judge bobblehead, like, hey, just enjoy the stadium for the vibes. And you know what? Like I said, for the glass half full people that are, if the postseason ended, I hate that. It doesn't end today. And you want to be the last wild card? Two of the highest payrolls in baseball with superstars, all-stars. Yeah, that's okay. And then with what you're seeing, to what you saw tonight on both sides of town, the Yankees offense going up against an ace, all they got was a solo shot. You can count on one hand how many hits. That's not good enough to win you games in October. The Mets, with your offense exploding the way they did against Carlos Carrasco, who, hey, God bless him. He's going through a lot. He's up there in age. Obviously, he was with the Mets and then with the Yankees this year. He actually went back to Cleveland. Like, hey, he's on his last leg. Not making fun of him, but, like, they tattoo him early. If David Peterson can't get you through at home, coming off the high of what Pete Alonso, like, we're in trouble. We're in trouble on both sides. So you can say all you want about if the postseason ended. If the postseason ended today, both these teams might not win a round. 888-808-1019. Now let's go to Dexter Henry with the update. Hit that.
Yankees and Mets all season long. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Good morning. At 1 o'clock, I'm Dexter Henry. This report is brought to you by Primo Brands, the official water sponsor of MLB. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission. You heard Pete just talking about it. Rough baseball night in New York, in the Boogie Down Bronx. The Yankees bats, they went cold Wednesday night. Just 5 hits and a 4-1 loss to the Twins. After a nearly 2-hour rain delay, the offense never got going. Missing out on a 3-game sweep, failing to gain ground in the AL wildcard race. They do still hold a 1-game lead over Cleveland. In this one, Cam Strittler allowed 1 run over 5 strong innings, but Joe Ryan shut New York down 6 2/3, just 4 hits, and the only damage was a Cody Bellinger homer as Minnesota snapped a 9-game slide against the Yanks. Off day on Thursday for the Bronx Bombers. Then it's 3 in St. Louis starting Friday. Luis Gil versus Andre Palante. The Mets, they let another one slip away on Wednesday night, and this one is going to hurt the fan base. They were up 6 early against the Braves at Citi Field. They still managed to lose 11-6, giving up 11 unanswered runs after a nearly 2-hour rain delay. David Peterson, he couldn't make it out of the fourth. 6 earned, 5 hits, 5 walks. It's the Mets' 12th loss in 14 games. It wipes out a lot of the buzz from Tuesday night when Pete Alonso became the franchise's all-time home run king. The Mets, they will play their rubber game against the Braves later tonight. Kodai Senga will take the mound against Bryce Elder. And in the W, the Liberty, they fell to the Aces in Vegas, 83-77. The sports updates at the top of every hour. I'm Dexter Henry.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
You know, pretty soon, we're just going to shift to football and then basketball and hockey. The writing is on the wall, you know. If you're a diehard baseball fan in this city, you've died hard already multiple times this season. Like, I feel bad for the Met fan. I know there's Met fans that hate me and don't want to hear it from me. But, I'm on Twitter talking about it. The Met fan that didn't see the Pete Alonso homers 2 nights ago showed up for the Pete Alonso ceremony tonight. That gets canceled on him. The rain delay takes 2 hours. Mother Nature was trying to help us. Mother Nature was like, nah, y'all probably shouldn't play these games tonight. So you sit through that, and then they tell you, hey, you guys will get a voucher in your email. Hooray! And then, the team comes out on fire. Lindor getting right. Let's go. Pete Alonso picking up where he left off again. The generational Juan Soto on his way to 30 homers, maybe 40 homers. And then David Peterson and the Mets rotation. They just can't get right. They are broken. And I understand y'all wanting to fire people. First off, they're not firing Mendoza in his second year. They're not firing the staff. Hefner, Chavez, they all just got here. You know what I'm saying? Like, the president of baseball operations, David Stearns, he better have some answers. He better fix this. This is a guy that has already been, knighted as the smartest guy in the room, and a guy that, last year figured it out with, that grimace magic and everything else. Maybe you need some of that. I've been saying that. Let the giraffe win a race. Conjure up some type of other mojo to fight this negative voodoo energy that's surrounding the Mets right now. It is crazy. And, I troll the Mets, and I said this earlier in the year, you can add all this, and I said the other day, you can add all these different things. You can add all these different relievers. You can go get the generational Juan Soto. You still got to overcome your own existence. And it is crazy when you see how they find ways to lose and blow leads and disappoint their fans. The fans were having a party in there the first couple innings. They bring you up high just to body slam you on your neck. And for the Yankee fan, we're in there. And how come we can't get, if there's 44,000 fans, how come we can't get at least 20,000 bobbleheads? Especially for a historic one like Aaron Judge. I'm a bobblehead guy. I got all these bobbleheads. And I always will go get the bobbleheads. I could have went to sleep. I barely slept. If you are paying attention, I went to sleep at like 11:30, 12, got up at 4 a.m., did the morning show 6 to 10, went home, couldn't go to sleep. I think I laid in the bed 12:15 to 2:15. Went back to the stadium because I wanted to ensure that I got my Judge bobblehead, and I got it. But that's all I'm on at this point, man, because they're going to disappoint you. Go to the stadium for the vibes. Take your heart out of it. Take your emotions out of it. Can't be so invested because it's just like, it hurts too much. Most of this is painful, yo. Let's start talking to people, man. I got 50 minutes left. Zion, I said I'd go to you first, man. Were you in the Bronx tonight, whether you were or not? That one was tough. Solo shot.
No,
Solo shot's not beating anybody.
No, I wasn't. What my thing was tonight was rested bullpen, all hands on deck. They got the scoreboard. Everybody's losing. It's what you wanted to go up half a game from Boston, and you put De Los Santos. Come on.
Yeah, overused him. I don't know, bro. Why is he? I know he's been good, dude, but it's like in a tied game. I don't know. A lot of us were second guessing that. Like we're how they come up with their scripts, their lanes, and like the urgency. Why is it De Los Santos? I don't know. Is the bullpen budget saying that it's? I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
It's a script. It's a script, and Jack Curry said it. He faced 125 batters. 9 of them are high leverage. You put them back-to-back days to the top of the lineup?
Yeah, he just got back. Yeah, why are we? And like I said, I know he's been good, but like not that good. You have other places you could go, and then that's enough to beat you against Joe Ryan.
Right.
Yeah, it's tough. That's why a lot of people are pointing at Aaron Boone, but Aaron Boone doesn't make that decision alone to go to De Los Santos as the first one out of the bullpen. And there's obviously some bad luck there. It's baseball. Ball gets hit. But ultimately, like in your building against the Minnesota Twins, you can't score more than one solo shot. You can't. They can't manufacture runs. There's a lot of guys that like Ryan McMahon. What's up, bro? Ryan McMahon. Like we know you can field the position, but in your last 7 games, you're batting 176. He hasn't homered as a Yankee. He's batting lower in the lineup where I tried to say, oh, yeah, his bat's going to play in Yankee Stadium. He's not with the Rockies. Like, what's up with him? Austin Wells, I don't know. Maybe he needs to delete the burrito account. Maybe
Goldie and righties.
I mean, and then the Goldie thing, that we were all talking about it in there. When they didn't pinch hit Goldie, I'm like, he has to be hurt, right? Like, everybody was screaming for a pinch hit there. Some people didn't care. They're like, anybody but him. Go to Caballero. It's bad when you can't get any other offense outside of a home run. And they live and die by the home run so much, man. And Joe Ryan tonight reminded all of us that, hey, when you see some of these aces, like, you guys want to get in a series with Tarek Skubal? I don't. Not looking forward to that. Thanks for the call, bro. 888-808-1019. So now Goldie, Goldie got right a little bit, but he's down. I knew it too. The way his cleat slipped on the foul territory on that dirt, I'm like, ooh. He shook it off, and even my boy Zach said, like, later when he got on base, like he pulled up lame, like you could see something was bothering him. So he was down today. And now he's going on the IL. Who are they about to call up? And I know I'm on Yankees Twitter, and some people think that we can't. We don't care. We've been talking about Spencer Jones for the last couple weeks now. Call him up. Any reason to call him up. Judge can't play in the outfield. Call him up. It's not going to be Spencer Jones, but Chris Kirshner wrote, the only 2 healthy options available for call up on the 40-man roster are Yorbit Vivas and Braden Shoemake. So, I don't know, man. It's not a good situation. You need all of these guys. You need a Goldie, man. I'm like, damn. With Volpe on third, at least, I'm like, Goldie could drive in a single. And then, of course, how do they go down? Ground into double play. How about that play Volpe almost made? Ben Rice, pick him up, bro. You can do it, man. Volpe's been better. I don't know what to tell you, man. That's tough. Can't complete the sweep. I feel like they got lulled to sleep with the 2-hour delay. Cam Schlittler, I'm impressed with the young man. For 6 of his first starts, it hasn't been too much of a roller coaster with him. 24-year-old guy that throws gas. Like, I don't mind him on the mound. They got to score some runs. They got to come through. They got to be better at the plate. And the Yankees got to make better decisions and lanes. And I don't know. You put De Los Santos in that game, and this is a guy that was a forgotten man for a couple months. And now all of a sudden, because he's had some good outings, you kind of get ahead of yourself. He doesn't get an out. He ends up giving up 3 hits, 3 runs, and that's the game. David is in East Side on the Fan. What's up, David?
Keith, I'm going to give you 2 reasons why Brian Cashman should call up Spencer Jones. I agree with you; they're not going to, but I'm just hoping he's listening, and I'm going to plead.
Yeah.
Reason number 1. I'm not going to say he's the next Aaron Judge and he's going to save the season. What I am going to say is we need to figure out what we have in this guy before the offseason, before we decide whether to throw a ton of money at Bellinger, at Kyle Tucker. I mean, if we sign either of those guys, where does Jones fit on this team? Wouldn't it be good to know if he's the real deal or not? So that's reason number 1.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, I do want Belly back. I want Trent Grisham back. But yeah, we're coming up on August 15th, where a couple days ago I was like, when's that cutoff date that we're not even thinking about rookie eligibility anymore where that gets smoked? It's tomorrow now. So, like, why can't they call him up this weekend? I don't know. They won't. I know he's not on 45, but like I would DFA somebody. I'd figure it out because you need a spark. As I talked about, like Nolan McLean should add some type of buzz. Definitely going to generate buzz with the fans, the Met fans, but like some type of spark in the clubhouse. When a guy's making his debut, like that energy, it makes all of these ball players remember their debut and kind of makes them like realize like, hey, look how blessed I am to play baseball at this level, make millions of dollars. It kind of brings them back to like the young days. I would love to see the Yankees find a way to bring Spencer Jones up, put Belly at first base, and push forward. Give us that. Because, I mean, I don't have much confidence in this team moving forward. Do I think they'll make the postseason? Yeah. But, like, why can't you throw us a bone and call up Spencer Jones?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not about I hear you on the buzz. I just think from Brian Cashman's standpoint, like, it's a financial decision, right? Like, Kyle Tucker, he said to make, like, $500 million, people are saying. Yeah, you know, should we take Spencer? Like, we need to know.
I don't think that. I think they much rather use that money on Trent Grisham, Cody Bellinger before they go out.
Maybe.
Kyle Tucker's going to be the number 1 free agent.
Here's my reason number 2. And I want to get your thoughts on this.
Yeah.
Ben Rice should not be playing first base anymore. It's not that he stinks at first base. It's that Austin Wells should not be catching because his bat is
yeah.
So
Rice, you're our full-time catcher now.
So that, you know, that means honestly, and Goldie's been struggling. You know, like he's only good against lefties. I think Belly should be the everyday first baseman anyway, and I want him to get some reps, right?
No, I'm with you.
If we make the playoffs, and look, that's another. It opens up a real lane for Spencer Jones. So take it while we got it.
No, I'm right there with you because I said that was my immediate thought. All right, Belly goes to first, and as good as he's been in the outfield, and you can't put Dominguez out there. Call up Spencer Jones, put Belly there, but they're not going to do that.
They're not, you know, fingers crossed. Maybe they'll change our expectations.
Maybe. Thanks for the call, David. I don't know. You know, go out to St. Louis, and then, you know, the way it's set up next week, I don't know. I'm expecting pain. I'm expecting more pain. I have no confidence. I have no faith. Come on, Keith, man. These are our guys. Yeah, they're my guys. I'm going to go to games. I'm going to watch every single game. But, like, I don't have any confidence or faith in them doing anything this year. Oh, you got to believe. Like, that's the Met fan slogan. If you're a Met fan, like, bro, with what the Mets have shown you just in the last week, I don't know. Somebody call me and tell me that the Mets are good, that the Mets are going to figure this out, that all of a sudden that they're going to get length out of their rotation, that Nolan McLean's going to come up and throw a complete game, that Kodai Senga's going to figure it out. And you know what I'm saying? Like Clay Holmes has hit a wall, but like, you know, he's not going to go to the bullpen. He's going to figure it out. And hope is on the way, and it's just going to change. You know, like, because for a while it was like, oh, this lineup isn't performing. Now the lineup has produced. The lineup has put up some runs. They've scored. They've hit some home runs, and you still folded. It's like if you can't hit, you can't pitch. You can't pitch, you can't hit. You do hit, you can't pitch. You do pitch, you can't hit. It's weird. Jack is in Bayonne next on the Fan. What's up, Jack?
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome.
I'm extremely disappointed. I showed up on time to the game tonight at Citi Field, and first it was delayed. They don't give like a start time right away, which I understand. We missed the Pete Alonso ceremony. Finally, we got into our seats. The game started off hot, and then they just fell off. I mean, they looked like a minor league team out there. I can't believe it. I thought we were going up against Cookie Carrasco. We had this one. Peterson on the mound. Had started out hot, especially off the heels of yesterday's game. And, I mean, it was a dud. I don't know I just can't believe this is the same team from last year.
Can you tell me about their body language? Did they look like they were pissed off? I know we saw some frustration out of Lindor in Milwaukee. Like, did they look like they were upset, or did they look like they were just head down, striking out, grounding out, flying out, going through the motions like we can't win?
They just looked flat. I mean, Jeff McNeil, especially towards the end of the game, I mean, there was nothing there. I mean, Nemo tried, but they just looked like it was over. I mean, there was just nothing to talk about. It's just like, I don't know.
It's deflating. It's disappointing. Thanks for the call. Shout out to you, Jack. I used to live in Bayonne. That's a long trip to go to Queens and then sit through a delay. And like I said, they pick you up with the highs of highs. 3 runs right away in the first inning. 6 runs now, 6-0. We're about to win. We're about to win the series. Shout out to the Braves for being bums. Carlos Carrasco, what a pal. It's like, man, what a setup. What a sick joke. Like, how foul is that? What a setup. They're like, gotcha. April Fools, just kidding. We're not going to score another run, and David Peterson's going to completely unravel. And Reed Garrett's going to come out of the bullpen and not have it. And Paul Blackburn, like I said, Paul Blackburn, I could have sworn Mendy a couple days ago said he was going to have one more rehab start, but they changed that. And I know he gave you 5 innings tonight, but he still gave up a homer, still gave up a couple runs, which were like, just tag it on so they can have double digits. Man, as I'm looking through this box score, man, that's tough. Like late in the game. Where are they late in the games? I think I was listening to Evan Roberts. I don't want to use the phrasing that Evan Roberts uses for late in the games, what they turn into, but it's like bottom of the eighth. And I know it's whatever. Bottom of the 8th. Okay, here we go. Bottom of the 8th. Lindor walks. Come on, let's get something going. It's rally time. Soto gets called out on strikes. 5 pitches. Nimmo grounds into a double play. Womp, womp, womp. Nothing. It's got to make you frustrated. It's got to make you mad. And then you turn around tomorrow, Pete Alonso replica jersey night. Are you excited for that? Because now it's a rubber match. And you can't lose another series. But here comes Kodai Senga. And when you look at Kodai Senga's games, you just had Clay Holmes not be able to get through the 4th inning. David Peterson not be able to get through the 4th inning. Obviously, they bailed Clay out. But Kodai Senga here, like, what do you expect him to do? He barely can pitch 4 innings. Craig is out in Rhode Island on the Fan. What's up, Craig?
Hey, Keith. Great hearing you in the morning this week. And thanks, too, for always interacting with the fans on Twitter. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
man, just so disappointing, man. I mean, you just look at this. The Mets are like the only team in baseball that could be up 6-0 and still be the underdog. It's just, you're just sitting there, and I think what's frustrating is I look at that grand slam the Braves had there in that 9-run 4th inning. And in many ways, for me, that just felt like the obituary of the season. That going into tonight, we had the high from last night, the big win, the monster breakout, Alonso, crushing Strawberry's record. You're going into tonight, and the momentum's killed by that rain delay, but you score early. You're up 6-0, big homers, McNeil doing what he does, driving in runs. And then that 4th inning, man. But what did it for me, though, was the grand slam.
Yeah.
Was this obituary
Mullins
of even,
on his face and
right? Was it a home run? Was it not?
We were trying to figure that out.
Then I'll hang up. What's frustrating for me is I can't buy into this team. I can't support this team. And even if this team does somehow make a late postseason run, it's not a championship team. I want my team to play well during the regular season so I can be confident that they are a true championship team. And unfortunately, that's not who this New York Mets team is. Thanks, man.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's it's the dog days, and aren't we in them? But when you see teams like the Brewers getting right now, I don't know. There's some other teams struggling too. 888-808-1019. We got to take a break, but I'll read a couple of things. Like the Dodgers, I was talking about this morning on the morning show, yesterday on the morning show. How they're like 12-20 since July 4th. They're struggling. They just got swept. And we're in a weird season. That's why I think we're gonna get some type of stupid World Series. Might be Cincinnati Reds versus the Toronto Blue Jays or something. I don't think it's gonna be like that, but it's gonna be some whack ass World Series. There was a tweet that came out from Spreadsheet Enjoyer, Yankee stats. The New York Yankees were up 7 games with a division lead on May 28th. Now they're back 6. The LA Dodgers were up 9 with a division lead on July 3rd. Now they don't have that lead with the Padres. The Cubs were up 6.5 with a division lead on June 17th. Now they're 7.5 back. The Detroit Tigers were up 14 games. Now they're only 5.5. The Houston Astros had a 7-game lead in their division. Now they don't have that with what the Mariners were able to do. And the New York Mets were up 5.5 games on June 12th. And now they're back 5. And now you're looking at the wild card like, all right, well, we got to get that. And it's going to be shaky with this rotation that, like, we're in August. They're not going to get stronger. They just got to get super lucky. And I don't know. It just takes the sum of all things. It takes so much to overcome. I don't see it for the Mets or the Yankees. Let's take this break. When we come back, I'll take as many calls as I can. And then I'm out of here at 2. And then Big Mac will reset. I'm sure he'll go through the games with you guys and take you through the overnight. Keith McPherson on the Fan, BRB.
Mets or Yankees, Jets or Giants, doesn't matter. WFAN breaks it all down with passion, knowledge, and non-stop New York energy. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey iHeartRadio.
It's starting to hit me, bro. I'm shocked. It's starting to hit me, bruh. It's starting to hit me, bruh. I'm about to crash. I'm about to crash. Nah, I know. Appreciate you, bro. Power through. Appreciate y'all watching and rocking again. This is the last stream. Tomorrow or 7 o'clock, going live on WFAN YouTube. First time, 7 p.m. I'm moving on up. It's gonna be a lot larger audience. And I got the 5-hour KM to AM. I'm gonna book some guests. I'm gonna take some calls. We're gonna rock. And what we are going to create at night on the WFAN YouTube is a place for sports fans, a community for sports fans, a chat where sports fans can talk about everything that went on in sports, starting with New York sports first, but growing this nationally. Baseball, I'm whatever. I don't think we stand a chance, but the hope is through this month of August, as we get to September and I start doing the lives, we create a digital space where people across the country are talking sports at night. Stay tuned for that. That is my goal, my hope, my vision. And I think we're going to make it happen. If I am able to, on my own channels, pull in, tonight is light, and that's why I even more appreciate all y'all in here. But these streams, you know, I've had nights where I've ended and there's been 2,500 people watching the stream, mostly from my Twitter account. We are going to hit the WFAN YouTube live, and the audio is going to be a lot better. It won't be this janky audio setup that I've rigged. The cameras are going to be better, and there's going to be so much more activity in the chat because we're going to be streaming to, 80,000 subscribers plus. So stay tuned. Mike, appreciate you. Pleasure seeing you and your wife at the stadium. Go for the vibes. Don't go for the wins. Don't go for the Yankees. Don't go for the Yankees. Just go for your friends. And like I said, go for the bobbleheads. Let me put this up as a matter of fact. Because I'll be mad as hell if I break it. I'll be really mad. I've broken a lot of bobbleheads in my life, and I mourn them when I break them. I've glued some back, but it's you know, some good ones, man. I know I had a Ron Guidry, a David Cohn, a Don Mattingly, just like little like the arm cracks or something. And you don't get over those. I don't, because it was like you can't get them back. I know some of the homies might have them, but like I ain't asking anybody for a replacement bobblehead. My collection is my collection. And you know, back in the day when I used to be at the stadium with the Creatures, we had our ways of getting multiple bobbleheads. There was no bobblehead day that I didn't get more than one, because I used to do bobblehead unboxings where I would unbox one and not open the other one. But now I'm not really on it like that. I'm not really on it like that. Not really on it like that. I get fan mail. Like sometimes people write me letters. I've had some nasty ones. I've had some racist ones, but only like 2 or 3. I have had people pour their heart out to me through a pen. I've had people send birthday cards. I've had people send suggestions. I've had people tell me stories from stories that I've told on air via the fan mail. Like, you can send mail here. This is the first time I ever got invited to a wedding. It's the first time I ever opened this up, and it's like somebody's inviting me to their wedding in November. I thought that was great. I thought that was funny. Forgot Judge's bat. Forgot Judge's bat. Honestly, the first thing I thought was to not RSVP. And randomly pull up. Like, I'm fun at weddings. You know the joke where they say you must not be fun at weddings? If I'm at your wedding, we're drinking. We might do some extracurricular activity. We're just drinking. We're dancing. We're singing. We're introducing ourselves to aunts and uncles and cousins, and yeah, we're having a night, because you get that night once. So I thought it would be fun if I don't RSVP and I just randomly pull up and vlog it. like I think that would make somebody's day. I will see. We'll see what I got going on. See what I got going on. Like I don't want to go to weddings, honestly, but I have gone to some weddings, and whenever we look back on the pictures and the videos, it's like, oh, Keith was going in. Like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. And I get emotional at people's weddings. I'll cry at your wedding. I'll cry at your wedding. I forget. What was the song? There was this song that got me at one of my homies' weddings. Damn, I can't remember the song. It was a Boys to Men song or something. I was like, they're like, are you crying? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, that was so special. That was so nice. All right, let's just get to the phones, and I'm gonna get out of here. I'm so shot out. I'm gonna crash. You thought I crashed out Friday when they pitched Devin Williams in a tie game in extra innings? I'm crashing tonight. I'm gonna sleep hard. But then I'll be back for the 5-hour KM to AM streaming for the first time on WFAN YouTube channel. We're gonna build something with that. I'm excited about that. Shout out to the people watching my little live stream I do on my channels. I've been called up to the majors. Subscribe to WFAN YouTube channel. We're going live, 7 p.m. 888-808-1019. Let's talk through this New York mess, this cruel and unusual punishment that we have as baseball fans that watch these teams go to the NLCS and the World Series and break our hearts last year, and then go through an offseason of making moves and signings and us thinking that problems were addressed, things were fixed, and that this would be the year. If you're mad at Brian Cashman, I understand. More so, if you're mad at David Stearns right now, I understand. His philosophy right now is blowing up in his face. It is. The philosophy of not like he's got to adjust. You have all of this money at your disposal. I get it. You had to go get Juan Soto. I understand what that meant for the city, for the fans, right? The prize free, like, what that meant for the league for you to sign that contract. But what is Juan Soto doing for you in these situations? He can't pitch. He's not coming up clutch with and I'm not trying to bag on Juan Soto. I know I do that enough. But it's like, man, you chose Frankie Montas, Clay Holmes. Okay, you brought back Sean Manaea. What has he been? Kind of wish you had Jose Quintana, but you didn't want to go back to the old guy, OMG Mets. Probably kind of wish you even had Luis Severino. Nolan McLean, no pressure, bro. No pressure, bro. You just got to face Cal Raleigh and Randy Arozarena, and Eugenio Suarez has been struggling. I bet he finds a way to get right. Eddie's in North Belmore on the fan. What's up, Ed? You got it.
Has been terrible. They don't have a starter that can go more than 5-6 innings without getting blown up. I mean, Peterson gave up 6 runs today, then the bullpen fell apart. Blackburn gave up that homer to Ozuna, I think it was, and then Garrett gave up a couple runs. So for the Mets, I mean, it just hasn't been a good go-around. And I feel bad for Nolan McLean and Brandon Sproat because they'll come up eventually. McLean's going to pitch Saturday, but they're just going to have to fit into this rotation that's been totally awful.
Yeah, man. And you know what? Thanks for the call, Eddie. What I'll say, and I said this before because, the Subway Series, I've met a lot of Mets fans, and I do run into a lot of Met fans. And I think that, they read too much into my persona or my shtick or my presentation, where the first thing they'll say to me is, hey, I'm a Met fan, but I like your show. Hey, I'm a Met fan, but love what you do. And I'm like, I don't hate Met fans. I got Met fans. My Uncle Charles is a Met fan. Like, I got Met fan. One of my best friends is a Met fan. A lot of them, I'm like, Met fans for the most part are nice. Yankee fans, a lot are jerk-offs. Even some that I know, like they just have an arrogance and a way about them that's just not nice. And like I feel for the nice Met fan, that is applauding Gavin Williams after almost no hitting them. Those Met fans right now are even losing faith in this team. Those Met fans right now are reeling because it hurts. It's not fair. It's not fun. It's not fun to have impending doom. It's not fun to know the other shoe is about to drop, and when it drops, good grief, 9 runs in 1 inning? Chris is in Bergen County on the fan. What's up, Coach?
Hey, what's going on?
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to tell you what's going on either side. This is not what we signed up for with these $300+ million payrolls in New York City, where the MLB offices are, where MLB Network is, where Aaron Judge resides, Juan Soto resides.
Welcome to the Queen's Triangle.
Okay, the triangle. Okay, break it down for us.
It's not the Bermuda Triangle, but it's the Queen's Triangle. And it only appears between, let's say, the 4th and, say, 8th innings. We're just lost. We don't know how to play baseball. We don't know how to hit a ball. We don't know how to pitch. It's just, we're just existing.
You end up in this like twilight zone. It's like a bad dream. It's a nightmare you can't get out of. It's like, wait, not again. No, I thought we were winning this game. I thought we were actually hitting. I thought the bullpen would be fine. No.
No, and if you're a pitcher, you're sitting there and you're watching the batters go up there, and you're just sitting there saying, here we go again. They can't hit tonight. Or you're the position player doing the exact same thing, saying, guess what? Guess we can't pitch again tonight.
Yeah, I got to go up and hit a 5-run bomb. You can't do that. Or I got to score. How about the fourth inning, right? Being the 9-run fourth. And then that inning ending with them sending Pete Alonso and him getting thrown out of home. It's a gut punch. It is a gut punch.
It's punching it in from the 2 and kicking it off and letting him return it.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
Backbreaker.
It's unbelievable.
I don't know. Yeah, we need football. We need football,
let's
Coach.
Go on to
don't you wish Thursday night football was coming up tonight? Don't you wish we had any teams? It could be the Browns versus the Jaguars on Thursday night football. I'd be looking forward to it tonight.
It could be Pop Warner football right now. I don't care.
It could be Junior Pee Wee football. I'd rather watch that.
Exactly. I'd rather watch my practice film right now.
Instead of watching nine innings of the Mets, just sit there and watch practice film. You're the man, Coach. I'm running out of time. I got to get to these people. Since June 13th, the Mets rank dead last in the majors in innings pitched by their starters. Their pitching is non-existent. They don't even have a rotation. They have the worst. They're dead last. David Stearns, you have to answer for this. You have to answer for this. Josh is in Passaic on the Fan. What's up, Josh? Where you been?
Yo, Keith, what's going, man? I've been in camp the last 6-7 weeks.
Camp must be nice living a life in camp. Hopefully they don't have any Wi-Fi, cable, whatever. You're not watching the Mets out there.
Oh, no, yeah, it's been great. The Mets have been pretty garbage. It was the perfect time to leave, I think any time, to wait for David Stern's amazing philosophy to fall away. It was the perfect time to leave, and it totally flipped. Anyway, I got a quick Giants point to make, then a little bit on the Yankees.
Sure, we're talking football now. We're talking Browns, Jags, Thursday night football.
Right, it's the real preseason. It's just fake, to get you into. But anyway, on Giants, this whole thing about getting another quarterback and the receivers and the running back, just don't hold so well of it, because at the end of the day, you're building a Jenga tower. You can't, or you're building any building with any source. You have to have establishments on the bottom. You can have an amazing top.
Foundation.
But your foundation. Foundation is what it is. You can have amazing, you can have the best building, you're taking the best quarterback receivers. But if there ain't an NEO line, then what does it mean to have a quarterback, a nice running back, and Malik Neighbors, if there is no foundation for that to build on?
Got to build inside out. Tiki Barber says you got to build the ass first. Those big guys inside in the trenches. We all know it. But we think it's there until we get into these NFL games, and it's not. Now, the defensive line, I think, is going to be tough. But what if that defensive line is on the field too long, going up against another good offensive line? Yeah, that is the biggest question mark surrounding the Giants. What is this offensive line going to be? Is Andrew Thomas going to be ready to go?
Yeah, even Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl, versus the Bucs, it's you need at least a little bit, even the best quarterbacks, as good as
Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl against the Eagles, even when you get to the highest level, that is the difference. Yeah, that's the difference.
But anyways, though, the boys did have a few Yankees chants they want to put into the games for the certain players. So we want to see
what else, fellas? Yeah. You guys want to talk about how the Yankees folded easily? They laid down. They couldn't complete the sweep because they're not really that good. They're playing the Minnesota Twins, and I really don't believe that they're going to compete the rest of the way. They might sneak into the October, but who knows who they get. They're probably get embarrassed there. Yeah, fill us in on what you guys are thinking.
Yeah, so they have a different way of maybe trying to get the team going. They're thinking about playing a few new chance specific players. Can I give you two of them over here?
Okay.
Ready? I get 1, 2. Luke is the man, is the man, is the man. Luke is the man, is the man, is the man.
Luke Weaver?
Luke Weaver for days.
Yeah, instead of De Los Santos, you guys wanted to go to Luke Weaver. They went to De Los Santos back-to-back days. I just think they get above their skis. They just, I don't know, stealing outs, you could call it, or just sometimes the script is not the real life situation, whatever. But Luke, yeah, that's a good chant. You guys show up to the bleachers, go to 202 and chant that when Luke is warming up.
What about Luke?
Why just Luke? Why just Luke Weaver? That's you guys' favorite player on the Yankees?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for the call, Josh. I don't know, man. Like, that's where we're at. Your favorite player is Luke Weaver. You guys are coming up with chants for Luke Weaver. I don't know, man. There's weird energy in the stadium. I go to the bleachers in like the sixth, seventh inning, and they're chanting F. Juan Soto, F. Kyle Schwarber. I'm like, what the hell is going on? What game are you guys watching? Are you guys cooked? I know a lot of people were cooked because they were sitting in line, sipping their little flask, sipping a little, yada da mean, hitting a little bit of their yeah, just trying to pass the time in line. Then you get the rain delay. By the time it's 9, 10 o'clock, people was out there zooted on a Wednesday night. I don't know, man. I don't know. Help us. Baseball gods, please help us. Can we get some winning streaks going? Can we get some type of a run? I don't know, man. Just better baseball. We're just one night. Yankees put together 2 nights. Mets gave you 1 night. And like I said, the Mets have a way right now of picking their fans up and making their fans like playing a practical joke on their fans, picking you up. Yeah, we got you. Yep, remember us? We're back. And then boom, power bombing you on your neck. 888-808-1019. I got like 10 minutes left. This is my last break. Keith McPherson on the Fan, BRB.
It's Boomer and Gio. Mornings on the Fan, 1019 FM.
Tyler, that's real. Thank you. Appreciate it, bro. Not even just the $10, which is generous, but the message. You're 15. So you started listening to me when you were 11 or 12. And I talk a lot about how I know I have the pulse of the young people. I hope that I'm inspiring some young people. I hope that my voice, my vernacular, my way connects with young people in a way on this station that, the other hosts may not, because they're a little bit older than me. I'm the youngest full-time host. I've been the youngest full-time host since I came in here. And I'm grinding, man. I'm tired. But you know what? Nobody cares that you're tired. Work harder. Sleep when you're dead. And I hope that that's an example that like a lot of you young guys can see and you can apply to your life and whatever you're doing. You know, you go to school all day, go to school. Starts early in the morning, but you got to go through school. You got to go to practice. Then you got to go home and do your homework. So what? Go. We all have 24 hours, but we don't have the same 24 hours. A lot of people want to play video games. A lot of people want to scroll TikTok. A lot of people want to watch Netflix. A lot of people want to watch other people, man. You got to go get it. I'm taking every opportunity given to me. People say to me all the time, how do you do this? How are you out at the Somerset Patriots and then at the Yankee game and then at the station and then doing this? And then I'm like, one life to live. And I feel like God didn't put me into the situation I'm in to chill. I got a kid to feed. I got a wife to take care of. I got a family rooting for me because I'm the only one that really went and did what they said they were going to do. And so that's all the fuel that I need when I physically am tired. Mentally, I'm never tired. So appreciate that, man. Appreciate y'all watching, you know. Yeah, love John. Love John. I saw Amber was in the chat. What's up, Amber? Yeah, Tyler, you showing love. You showing love, bro. I bet the Met fans should be crashing out. It's not right. Amber, what up? Amber, I know you're working. You might not have heard the update, Amber. We are going live on WFAN at 7 p.m. This is historic. You will remember 7 p.m. on August 14th. That's when Keith McPherson started doing a live. And I'm going to be paying attention to how many people are watching. A 5-hour live. This will be the longest live that WFAN has ever done. I am going to pay attention to how many people watch that first live. And then when we get to football season, and then when we get to postseason baseball, and then when the Knicks start playing again, the Nets start playing, the Rangers, the Devils, the Islanders, like we get into the winter, I'm telling you, you know, Amber is from Utah. You know, what I'm saying is I think that WFAN, the most listened to sports talk radio station in the country, can go digital and have a community of sports fans across the U.S. and wherever you know, YouTube, period. You can be outside the U.S. talking sports at night, and I'm trying to lead the way. My guy, Hector, appreciate you, bro. Don't feel like it's your bad that you missed the show. It was 6 a.m. to 10. I'm usually asleep at 6 to 10 every day, Monday through Friday. So, you know, appreciate the love. Put myself a time limit for TikTok after the trial. God bless you and your family. Even though you have haters, just know you're in. Yeah, I know. But for every hater, I got 10 more people that love me. And, you know, I go to the stadium and I see real love. I see real support. I see people that, like, I could tell just by their reactions, they rock with me. I never see people the other way. I never see the negative. What I always say in here, never met a hater. They don't exist in real life. They're not pulling up. They can only do that online. They can only get their thumbs going to hate on me, to be racist, to be nasty, to be negative. They don't be outside. They don't be outside. You know what I've cultivated over this last half a year, February to August, doing these lives, you know, talking to you guys every night is special to me. It means something to me because I used to be in here with just the callers. I used to be in here with no video on me. And I felt like I plateaued. I felt like I needed something else. I needed something else for this job. I needed something else to, like, motivate me. I look forward to getting in here, coming on StreamYard, putting that up and going live and just seeing people pop up in the chat. You know what I'm saying? I look forward to, you know, seeing some of the repeat people in here, like Amber, like Hector, who have a wrench next to their name because I've made them moderators. Now, I don't know who will be moderators on the WFAN YouTube channel. Maybe I can get you guys that privilege as well, because we will need it. The chat is going to be crazy. Actually, I'm going to send a line right now to digital. I'm going to say, yeah, let me see. Question. We will need moderators to help control the YouTube chat. All right. We'll get back to that. We got to get back to the show right now. This is my last little bit. I got to take these calls.
This is a perfect beat, right? It's going to get ugly. In Queens, in the BX. It was ugly. Ugly in the Bronx because we're just like, come on. One run, Joe Ryan can't get anything done. Ugly in Queens because it was like you could not believe your eyes. The Mets have lost leads of 4 or more runs in each of their last 3 games. It's the first time in the Mets franchise history they've done that. They find new rock bottoms. They find new lows. James is in Jersey City on the fan. What up? What up, James?
Hey, how are we doing, Keith? Thanks for taking my call. No, your assessment has been absolutely spot on tonight. I think everything we've covered so far has really been on par.
And I'm not trolling. I'm not making fun. It is literally, I'm in Yankee Stadium. Like, what happened? How did this happen? Like, break it down.
It makes no sense to me. I mean, I was at the game tonight, and I showed up a little bit late. I knew it was going to be rainy, and I mean, you were right about the bobbleheads, too. If you're going to let grown men take 7 of them, you're going to have to put more of them out there. But that's beside the point. We're doing what we can do. And you're right, too. People were zooted out there. I mean, there was way too much time. I didn't get to catch any of the Pete Alonso ceremony, but
they didn't have it.
I give a lot of. They didn't even get to have it. Yeah, there you go. They didn't even have it. But I give a lot of credit to the Mets fans because they stayed out there through that rain delay. But the highs and lows, man, it was tough.
It sucks. Thanks for the call, James. Yeah, there are grown men walking around Yankee Stadium with bags with 5, 6 bobbleheads, and there are kids crying, mad at their parents because their parents couldn't navigate through traffic. I think we got to up that. At least 20,000 bobbleheads. Jared's in Brooklyn on the fan next. What's up, man?
Oh, hey, Keith. How are you? It's Jared. I met you tonight at the ballpark with my friend, Adam. It was nice to run into you.
Nice to meet you, and thanks for following up with a call.
Yeah, man. I just want to say, ignore the haters. I think you're a wonderful, amiable human being. Don't ever go on Reddit again because, honestly, it's ridiculous. Yeah, the game was a little disappointing. But yeah, I've been listening to your show. I think you do a great job. And honestly, just keep being you because there's nobody else who can be you. So there you go.
Thanks, man. See, that was really nice.
Hopefully we'll keep it going and we'll get better. But yeah, Yankees have been an up and down roller coaster. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta appreciate the little things, like a little moment of kindness here and there. That's all I got to say.
I need it. I'm off 2 hours of sleep, Jared. Thank you for that. And I like to go on Reddit and Twitter and Facebook. Like, bro, I had some guy say something so racist earlier. I didn't even have the energy. I'm not going to repeat what he said. But he replied to one of WFAN's tweets from me being on the morning show. And I'm just like, some of y'all watch too much TV and movies. He had a reference to Coming to America that I was like, yo, that's so blatantly racist what you actually took the time to craft and post. But yeah, ignore the haters. It is what it is. KEITH stands for kill everything if they hating. I love a hater. I don't mind it because you know what? The love overpowers the hate. It's 10 times. I go to Yankee Stadium, I get nothing but love. I never met a hater there. Nobody's ever pulled up to be like, you suck. And it ain't about me. These teams suck. And I hate watching baseball right now. Because all the hope and optimism for this season has been drained out of us. It is cruel and unusual punishment. And they are finding ways to lose where you just can't stand to watch. And so I understand people that are like, I'm good, I'm done. Right? Be done. But some of us can't, right? Some of us, we are here to the very bitter end. Luke is in Long Beach on the fan. You got it, Luke.
Yo, Keith, shout out to you, bro. I just want to say thank you for doing the live stream so we can watch out here on the West Coast. But with my question right now, I want you to keep it a band. Do you think the Mets are going to have what it takes to finish this season strong? Because what it looks like right now, 4 innings from starting pitchers, night-to-night basis, like bro, these guys haven't even ran into the Phillies yet. How long do you think this is sustainable, even to just before they give up?
I just, it doesn't make any sense. Like, if David Peterson can't get out of the fourth inning against the fourth place Braves, like, who's coming back? Tyler McGill?
It's bleak. I mean,
Like,
you haven't
who's
even seen
coming
Zach
back?
Wheeler yet.
Like, who is coming to save the day? Who's going to be the ace? We all know in postseason baseball, you need like two aces to get through these series. With like you said, the Phillies lineup, they're going to tee off. And like the Mets have a good lineup, but there's only so much you could do. And like thoughts become things. It's in everybody's head now. Thanks for the call, Luke. Appreciate you guys on the live. Again, reminder, 7 p.m. We're going live on WFA and YouTube. It's the start of something. But yeah, I don't understand. Like, hey, they better have a plan. David Stearns, you better have a plan. In Clarkstown, New York, Robbie is on the fan. What's up, Robbie?
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for taking my call. You got the best show by far in WFA, in my opinion. But so here's what I wanted to talk about. Just the whole culture of baseball is completely different. Like, you remember back in the day watching those Yankee Red Sox games?
I do.
Like,
it was a
you know
war.
how pumped I was to watch those games? Like,
and
the fire they brought, it's not there anymore. Not just like Yankee Red Sox.
I think the Red Sox are coming here and they're smoking us. They got 4 games. If the Yankees are able to split that series, I'll be happy. I'm fearful for that series. I'm looking forward to getting the George Costanza bobblehead and going to Hawaiian shirt night. Other than that, I'm like the Red Sox. I don't know. I don't know what to expect.
But it's not even just the Red Sox. Like, it's just the Yankees don't have that fire. It's like,
yeah, but they want to win, and people are going to tell you, Robbie, don't say that. You think these guys don't want to win? No. I see these guys fold. I see these guys staring at pitches in the zone. I see these guys looking for walks. I see these guys not being able to string together hits. I don't see these guys scratching and clawing and lay down a bunt. I know we always talk about bunting, but lay it down. Put some pressure on the defense. Like, somebody slap a single through. Have a better approach, better at bats.
Like, they're going out there. They want to win, but they don't really care if they win or not. They're getting the money. It's like,
and that sucks.
Just for example, today
it sucks.
They head over to the dugout.
It sucks to think that they're just going through the motions because they're millionaire ball players.
Devin Williams is laughing with someone in the dugout, like down 4-1. Like,
Devin Williams
win games.
Devin Williams is entering a game down 3. He does his job, but he's getting booed anyway. Thanks for the call, Robbie. He's getting booed anyway. He can't wait to get out of here and sign with the San Francisco Giants or the Dodgers. Get as far away from New York as possible. He's cooked, but at least they know when to use him now. You only pitch Devin Williams when you're losing. Only took us to August to figure it out. All right, I'm out of here. You know, I actually did, speaking of the love and the not the hate, I've gotten a lot of mail here, but I've never gotten a wedding invite. So shout out to Ashley and Krista who invited me to their wedding. I'm actually thinking about it. Actually thinking about crashing your wedding. Coming up is Chris McMonagle on the fan who did the morning show with me. Stay tuned. He's next.
Sports Radio 101.9 FM.
Off Sports with BT and Sal, middays 10 to 2.
Our marriage and like our love, and like we don't know you, but we would love for you to show up and like we rock with you like that.
Can't be mad at that.
I get it.
Good morning. At 2 o'clock, I'm Dexter Henry. This report is brought to you by Primo Brands, the official water sponsor of MLB. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission. This one's also brought to you by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. It was all good for the Mets on Wednesday night at Citi Field until it wasn't. That's Keith Rad on Odyssey Mets Radio. Michael Harris's 4th inning grand slam drove in 4 of 4. to that one run in his 6 2/3 innings on the mound. And the Yanks, they fell to the Twins 4-1. And that's what's happening. I'm Dexter Henry.